Hello everyone and welcome to my ABCGH Spoilers channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Willow Tate Kane, the force of nature that you are. Dark Willow is a favorite among General Hospital viewers. Dark Willow is taking numbers now that she's on General Hospital. It appears that no one in Port Charles is safe with the possible exception of the kids. The charming little school teacher, nurse, and martyr has suddenly changed into a potential murderer. Fans of General Hospital adore Dark Willow. When Willow was found not guilty on Friday, many viewers were unsure of what to think. Was that it? Would Willow simply leave that marriage as soon as possible, act as though she still loved Drew for a few weeks, and walk free? She flashed back to the incident while lying through her teeth on the witness stand, so we knew she did it, but perhaps that was all. However, a new Willow developed, which we refer to as Dark Willow, since she is more mischievous than Nellie, her twin sister, could ever be. To the satisfaction of the General Hospital fandom, Willow has now attempted to kill Drew twice, something that many of her supporters find unthinkable. Anjib2 said on X, "Willow, I might have misjudged you. Maybe you are as diabolical as that twin of yours," alluding to Willow's insane beloved sibling. Other fans adored this change in Willow, a character who sorely needed a reset and received one. Dante is a vibe tweeted, "If Willow actually kills Drew, I will forgive and stand her forever." Dante is a vibe was prepared for Willow to kill Drew when she stabbed that syringe into his neck. Willow, keep the energy. I maintain this is the most interesting she's ever been. Tweeted at Josslyn after witnessing Willow sweet talk Drew before going in for the actual kill shot at GH. General Truth is eager to see what happens next. Willow to our future. I love evil Willow so much. They had written. I like Dark Willow. Dogirl said on X at RodriguezWorld81 tweeted Willow. Take Kane, the force of nature that you are. At RodriguezWorld81 is prepared for Willow to complete the task at any time. I feel the same way about her as Phoebe does about drunk Monica. She's so much more fun than regular Monica. Chase in the doghouse. Despite the fact that fans adore Dark Willow, they have had enough of Chase's insistence that Willow is a harmless, delicate flower that would never hurt a fly. I really can't wait for Chase to find out that Willow has been playing everyone, tweeted at Sharonva. And that he is on the top of that clown list. At Amanda3CB agrees, saying it will be worth it to see Chase's face when he finally finds out. Chase says to her husband he wants to give the flowers to Willow herself, and Willow hugs Chase and calls him wonderful, she wrote. In the end, Willow's new dark era is thrilling the fandom, while Chase is exasperating the audience. Chase is also about to look like a fool when he finally learns who Willow really is. General Hospital spoilers. Nathan's involvement in Director Column's project about to be uncovered. General Hospital spoilers and updates for the week of January 19th to 23rd suggest that Nathan West's involvement in WSB director Ross Column's project could be revealed. So, it's time to discuss it. This week's General Hospital promo provides some intriguing details. Anna Dean is terrified at the specter she hears. The preview video starts with Anna Dean in her prison cell at Windmere, where she lets out a cry of new. The next scene shows Emma Scorpio Drake speaking to Nathan at the police station as she says, "I'm starting to think that my grandma's in trouble." While this may not appear significant to the casual observer, it raised some eyebrows among dedicated fans of the ABC soap opera. Emma has already reached out to WSB's Jack Brennan for assistance in finding her grandmother. So, why is she discussing it with Nathan? Might there be some significance in her reaching out to Nathan? Emma could have been looking for Dante and he wasn't available. She might have gone to the station to speak with Anna's friend, the new police chief and confidant, Dante Falconer, but instead ran into Nathan. However, scenes like this rarely happen without some development in the storyline. Additionally, featuring it in the General Hospital preview suggests that something significant will follow this conversation. Nathan made a surprising return to Port Charles last September after everyone thought he had died 7 years earlier. He was shot by his father Caesar Faison and buried. So many were shocked to see he was alive. Nathan's return coincided with his sister Brit's. His return coincided with his sister Britt Bourne's, also a child of Caesar revival as well. Moreover, Nathan claims to have no memory of where he has been or what he has done since he was shot and presumed dead. General Hospital fans suspect that something is off with Nathan. Although he appears to be the same kind-hearted cop, GH viewers feel that things may not be as they seem. For starters, Britt's response to her brother being alive was not that of a sister who should have been relieved to find out Nathan was okay. Britt seemed scared of Nathan and wanted to keep him away from James. At one point, she appeared to be almost scared of Nathan and made every effort to keep him away from his son, James West, whom he had never met. Furthermore, Nathan has been quite out of practice with his police work. Recently, Dante called him out for mishandling evidence. But Nathan managed to persuade his boss and friend that he needed to get back into the swing of things. Dante dismissed it, and with Harrison Chase suspended and Anna missing in action, he required the extra help on the force. So, Dante let it slide. Most importantly, fans of General Hospital can't shake the feeling that something is off about Nathan. Nathan is unaware of what happened the past few years. Says noted, Nathan is unaware of what has happened to him over the last few years, so why would he return to work instead of trying to uncover the truth about his past? Some might argue that financial issues are a factor, but his wealthy sister/cousin, Nina Reeves, would gladly support him until he discovers the truth. Therefore, Nathan's conversation with Emma this week regarding Anna's disappearance seems significant. Director Cullum was revealed to be the notorious C and a partner to Jen Sidwell during the episode that aired on Wednesday, January 14 last week. Will we finally get some answers about Nathan? After months of questions, Brennan's boss is now executing Caesar's final project. Cullum seems to like Britt, so it's unclear if the WSB director is related to Caesar, the doctor, or Nathan. Fans wonder if Nathan's role in Cullum and Sybil's project will be revealed soon. Will he share what he learns from Emma with Cullum? Will fans discover what Nathan is hiding? And if Nathan is really who he says he is, could he be brainwashed or have altered memories? General Hospital spoilers suggest something is off with Nathan. So, will viewers finally get answers about him during the week of January 19 to 23? General Hospital built Gio and Emma the right way, and it's paying off big time. Emma and Gio have had a slow, sweet love story. General Hospital's Emma and Gio have become the best couple on the soap. They are young love at its finest. Key takeaways: fans were unsure about both Gio and Emma at first. They were there for each other as friends first. Their relationship grew slowly, which made it feel real. They have a sweet love story. Being from legacy families makes it that much better. Gio and Emma. When Gio first arrived in Port Charles, it was unclear where this character would go. It was odd that this random guy was living with the Cordainess. Some thought he was a new love interest for Trina, but that didn't pan out. Then Emma moved in with her grandmother to attend PCU. Fans were hesitant to accept this new Emma, who was quite different than the younger version. The two students began interacting quickly, and it was apparent that there was something special between them. Slow burn. This couple fell in love slowly. It was friends first, which we don't usually see on GH. Gio respected Emma's passion for animal rights and went the distance to help her. It was Emma's turn to support a devastated Gio when he was shocked to discover that Brooklyn and Dante were his parents. She helped him work through his feelings without judgment and even gave him a place to live. Their bond grew stronger. Emma and Joe's first kiss felt sweet and innocent. They were both unsure of the other's feelings, but when they finally spoke about it, it felt right for them to be together. Now, their relationship is growing stronger every day, and fans love it. Legacy's fans also love this couple because they are both from legacy families. They are part of the fabric of Port Charles. Gio is now a Cordain while Emma is a Scorpio. Her mom is Robin, who grew up on GH, and her grandparents are none other than super spies Anna and Robert. You can't get better than that. General Hospital spoilers. Sunny frames Sidwell for Drew shooting. General Hospital spoilers and updates tease Sonny Corinthos may have the perfect solution to his Laura Collins and Michael Corinthos problems. Will Sonny successfully frame Jen Sidwell for Drew Kane's shooting now that Willow Tate has been exonerated? Sonny promised Michael he won't go down for Drew's shooting. Sonny promised Michael he won't go down for Drew's shooting after Willow was exonerated. Of course, based on reasonable doubt that pointed the finger at Michael. But Sonny is a firm believer in what comes around goes around, and he needs to get himself and Laura out from under Sidwell's thumb. Knowing that Ezra Bull is a crony of both Sidwell and Drew, he draws a connection between Drew and Sidwell, too. After all, Sidwell, Boyle, and Drew were all in on that proposition for the redevelopment of the wharf that forced Sonny to sell his piers. So, Sonny knows that since Sidwell likely killed Henry Dalton, he might have tried to kill Drew as well, possibly getting interrupted. Sonny has always suspected Sidwell was behind the bombing of his penthouse. Sonny has always suspected Sidwell was behind the bombing of his penthouse where Michael was burned so bad, but he's never been able to prove it. Every connection between the thug he and Brick and Sidwell, they thought they had simply disintegrated. And no one's been able to prove that the photos Sidwell's holding over him and Laura regarding Dalton's murder aren't either AI or that they didn't kill him. But just because he could never prove that doesn't mean he can't concoct some proof that Sidwell tried to take out Drew. Get Damian Spinelli on it. He'll also give a call to Brick. After all, two heads are always better than one, especially in this type of situation. Photos of Sidwell with Edward Cordmain's gun faked and placed between Brick and Spinelli. Photos of Sidwell with Edward Cordmain's gun in Cordmain Mansion are faked and placed. Not only that, but several from Elizabeth Baldwin's house are managed thanks to Lucky Spencer sending photos for backgrounds from when he'd been there. Lucky might be overseas, but that doesn't mean he can't be on team bringing down Sidwell long distance. So, with this new evidence that's so expertly done, even the PCPD forensics department can't tell it's not real. Sonny has a real chance at solving the problem. That's Sidwell. And now Sonny, Laura, and Michael have a real plan. General Hospital's Adrian Anchondo talks real-life soap romance and Marco's motivations. General Hospital star Adrian Anchondo has been in the national spotlight lately after he and Days of Our Lives star Colton Little revealed they were in a real-life romantic relationship. Their news made headlines on Entertainment Weekly and several other mainstream publications that cover celebrities. Part of the hook for the story is that both play gay characters on their soaps who are also in happy same-sex relationships, coming in the wake of the viral hit TV series Heated Rivalry, which depicts two male hockey players on different teams falling for each other. And Kondo discussed this and a lot more in a video interview with James Lott Jr. on Lott's GH Dirty Deeds Media channel on YouTube. They joked that iconic soap stars who have been on soaps for decades have a hard time getting coverage on Entertainment Weekly. General Hospital star appreciates the opportunities the show has given him. And Kondo said he and Little have a lot of support from their fans. It's so lovely and so beautiful to see people want to be your cheerleader. And Kondo told Lott they want to see love win. They need a happy story right now with everything that's going on. It definitely does add some pressure when you announce anything in your personal life. It feels like people own a piece of you. All I can do in my own relationship is be true to myself and us and constantly work at it and be the best we can for each other. The General Hospital star expressed gratitude at his unexpected real-life pairing and that he and Little see the extra attention as a positive. "We're going to be great," said Anchondo. Encho recently shared a similar message on his Instagram stories. "I didn't realize when I posted pics of our trip how much people would respond to my happiness. It's also very interesting to see two soap actors on different shows meet. A lot of great things happened from General Hospital. That was one of the surprises. It happened because I was on a soap opera that we ended up meeting. It wasn't intended to be an official announcement because I previously shared pictures of us together. Observing how many people are celebrating makes me realize how much they deserve a joyful finish for this awful year. Additionally, there is a greater desire to elevate gay voices and experiences both behind the scenes and on screen." And Kondo and Lott spoke extensively on the representation of LGBT people and Latinos in culture and the defense of their rights. "Thank you for all the sweet messages/comments and for reminding me that even through the darkest times, love will always shine brightest." They offered some insightful commentary on contemporary affairs. And Kondo commends his General Hospital co-stars during the less serious portions of the interview, which lasted over an hour. And Kondo talked about his relationships with a number of his General Hospital castmates, including Carlo Ruda, who plays Marco's father and villain Jen Sidwell, and Van Hansis, who plays Marco's boyfriend, Lucas Jones. And Kondo talked about how easy it is to work with Hansis now, having first met him 20 years ago. As an actor, he is incredibly generous. A lot of actors don't know how to listen. They just say their lines and move on. And Kondo hinted at a scene between them that hasn't yet been shown on General Hospital, but he described it as an emotional sequence that caused the studio workers to react strongly. And Kondo praised his father from General Hospital for Roa, stating, "Carlo makes me excited to go to work." It was special because it was two actors listening to each other and taking care of each other. He never has a terrible day, and even when he does, he doesn't let it affect the energy in the room or his performance. He consistently makes such intriguing decisions. He twirls his mustache without actually doing it. In the conversation, Kondo shared his thoughts on Marco's objectives. He finds different ways to make the character so lovable. He expressed his gratitude that it took the audience several months to recognize Marco's darker side and his collaboration with his father. "I do feel that Marco is still deep down a very good person." And Kondo continued in contrast to Marco's late mother Natalia. And Kondo stated that he thinks Marco is nice at heart and that part of the reason he has a link with Sidwell is because his father has accepted his homosexuality. He is driven by his love for Lucas. According to him, Marco regrets not being able to reconcile with his mother prior to her passing. And Kondo remarked, "Sidwell is Marco's hero, even though he's a villain to everyone else. He was there at a formative time in his life." And Kondo praised Roa's wife, Naznine Contractor, who portrays acting District Attorney Justine Turner on General Hospital, for acting flawlessly in her court appearances. His mom rejected not only him but his sister, and Kondo adding that he struggles to understand the legal discussion that Margot frequently has. Week of January 26th spoilers for General Hospital. Sidwell takes advantage of Drew's suffering as Chase consoles Willow. According to General Hospital spoilers for the week of January 26th to 30th, Emma Scorpio Drake's goal is doomed and Jen Sidwell will take advantage of Drew Kane's suffering. Willow Kane will also receive consolation from Harrison Chase. So, let's discuss what is ahead in Port Charles. Sonny Corinthos will first manipulate Ava Jerome in a few ways. That might entail Sonny's scheme to take advantage of the romantic triangle between Ava Sidwell and Lucy Company regarding Britt West and Jason Morgan. Certain red flags will be raised. Jason will know something is wrong when Britt abruptly stops wanting to move forward with him. In order to give Britt more time to work on the project, WSB director Ross Collum anticipates that she will go to Windmere, but Jason will undoubtedly notice and ask questions. In regards to Josslyn Jacks, she will require assistance and will look to an unexpected source for it. As a result, Josslyn might find an unexpected ally. Curtis Ashford will be relieved in the interim. That may indicate that Portia Robinson's future at GH is improving. The best Portia can hope for at this time is a provisional reinstatement. Curtis may also be happy that Drew's stroke has rendered him incapable of blowing up any more lives, at least for the time being. Naturally, even if Willow is the cause of Drew's situation, she will still act as though she is drowning in misery. At some time, Chase will probably reach out to Willow and offer her consolation. Jordan Ashford will set up an introduction. This might be related to Sidwell's intention to take Drew's seat in Congress. Given that Drew will be out of operation for the foreseeable future, Sidwell might not waste any time in selecting a replacement. Emma will become entangled in a rescue effort that will result in some trauma as Sidwell takes advantage of Drew's circumstances. It turns out that after what would seem to be an Anna D inciting, Emma Mack and Felicia Scorpio will all take immediate action. Regretfully, Cullum might be using that as a ploy. If Cullum wants them to completely cease searching, he might even stage Anna's death and send them all in the wrong direction. Stay back for updates on all the mayhem as General Hospital teasers indicate some scary developments are in the works. Joan Collins, The Young and the Restless, and General Hospital stars pay tribute to the late Valentino. The late fashion designer Valentino, who died at the age of 93, is being honored by soap opera actors from General Hospital, The Young and the Restless, and Joan Collins of Dynasty. Valentino Clemente Ludovico Giovanni, the legend's full name, died on January 19 in Rome. Valentino soap opera stars from YNR in General Hospital. I had the distinct pleasure of wearing Valentino for the 1999 at that hashtag epic, exclaimed Valerie Pifford in a tribute to the late designer on Instagram. RIP hashtag Valentino Gravani hashtag Tony nominee hashtag Foss hashtag Broadway musical at Verdelegacy. Valentino was the creative director of Valentino Spa from 1960 until 2007. One of the most well-known names in haute couture, Valentino is renowned for his throwback designs and celebrity partnerships. Before relocating to Paris to continue his studies, Valentino worked as an apprentice in the fashion industry as a young man. Following his education at the Chamber Syndicarts, he formally started working as a designer for Jean Desarreau. In 1998, the designer and his business partner Giancarlo Giamatti sold the Valentino brand to HDP Group for $300 million. His final performance occurred in 2008 following the termination of his position as creative director. Valentino is remembered by Joan Collins. Truly sad that my dear friend, the wonderful designer Valentino Giovanni has died, Collins wrote on Instagram. The late designer was also worn by Jennifer Finnegan and Alexa Havens. He loved beauty. I will miss him terribly, as will the legions of women he dressed exquisitely. Hashtag RIP Valentino. Valentino played himself in the 2006 movie The Devil Wears Prada. Valentino the Last Emperor, a feature-length documentary on the designer, made its Venice International Film Festival debut in 2008. A special anniversary display honoring the designer's 45-year career was one of the many events that the film followed him and his team through. Additionally, Valentino created the garment designs for a 1985 episode of the television show Cover Up, starring Anthony Hamilton, John Eric Hackham, and Jennifer O'Neill. In 2016, he also starred in the Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson movie Zoolander. Ryan Pavy's significant role in his wedding is sweetly revealed by General Hospital's Rory Gibson. Rory Gibson, star of General Hospital, turned to one of his castmates for a little extra touch for his impending nuptials. Weddings occur in many shapes and sizes, from small gatherings to large-scale spectacles, but each has its own unique aspects. The ABC soap opera star shared a story on his official Instagram account that included some very endearing details. The caption for the still photo from what looked to be a video call read, "The homie Ryan Pavey making my wedding ring." Gibson was visible on the other end of the conversation in the upper right corner, while the main shot showed Pavey working hard to create a unique wedding band. For those who don't remember, on October 16, 2022, we reported that Gibson's fiancée, Alicia Ruiz, with whom he has been dating for nearly 15 years, announced their engagement by sharing 4 pictures from McKenna Beach, Maui, Hawaii, along with the caption, "Ah, I will be Mrs. Gibson in the future." I'm stunned. What part does Pavey play in their upcoming chapter? For years, the ABC actor has been creating unique jewelry, which is showcased on his website, Fortunate Wanderer. The website says, "Our designs are inspired by the freedom of the open road and the beauty of the natural world, inviting you to find your own adventure. Come explore with us, then find one-of-a-kind gems, show off your individual style, and enjoy the trip." Since being true to oneself is the key to happiness at Fortunate Wanderer, we are eager to see the final product and would like to congratulate Gibson and Ruelas once more as they embark on this thrilling new journey. Jason puts an end to the fight. Tracy hopes Drew is a vegetable and Kai suspects Willow. While Kai Taylor suspected Willow Kane and Jason Morgan had broken up a fight, Tracy Cordmain hoped Drew Kane was a vegetable. Britt Westbourne showed Jason her office at GH and offered him a portion of the money she owed him. Additionally, Britt kissed Jason goodbye and persuaded him to wear his blue suit on their next date. After insulting one another, Michael Corinthos and Harrison Chase got into a fight at the Cordine estate. Michael pondered how long it would be before he was back in Willow's bed, and Chase delivered the first blow. When Jason returned home, he ended the altercation, but Chase made it plain that Michael would pay for his actions. Michael was concerned that Chase was correct and that he would face legal action once he was by himself with Jason. Jason promised Michael that they wouldn't let his children to return to Drew's home because Michael didn't want them to. Jason also expressed his belief in Michael's innocence. Sonny Corinthos, meantime, forced ADA Justine Turner to distance herself from Michael. Justine stated that she genuinely thought Willow was guilty and that she would withdraw from the case if Michael was prosecuted. Sonny maintained that Drew had it coming and said that no jury would find someone guilty of shooting a serpent like him. Sonny believed that in order for everyone to move on, the case should just be marked as unsolved. Elizabeth Baldwin informed Lucas Jones that a vital patient would be arriving at GH once more. Willow called while Nina Reeves and Ava Jerome were at the cafe acting upset about something that was happening to Drew. Willow told Liz that she was partying with Drew at home when they both took a glass of champagne while his medical staff worked to stabilize him. Willow added that Drew was having trouble speaking and that he had a headache. Willow stated that Drew collapsed after saying he began to slur and that one half of his face seemed to be melting. After Kai transported Willow to the hospital, Elizabeth gave her a hug and Nina consoled her as well. Kai continued to stare at Willow, looking skeptical given the phony display of suffering she was putting on. She got into a fight with Isaiah Gainan about Stella Henry. But even before he became involved, Isaiah saw that Portia Robinson's marriage was having problems. Isaiah believed that Stella should be forgiving of Portia because she wasn't solely to fault for that, especially since Portia defended Stella during the federal government's investigation. As for Portia, she met with Laura Collins and Tracy because they were the hospital board's representatives. The purpose of the meeting was to decide whether Portia would be fired or reinstated on probation. Since Portia just altered the test findings to keep Trina Robinson safe, she defended herself. Portia hoped to stay at GH because she also shunned her medical expertise by saving Drew's life when it mattered. Later, Curtis Ashford contacted Laura in her office and brought up Drew's desire for Portia to alter Michael's test results. The intention was to make Michael appear to be an opioid addict. But according to Curtis, Portia resisted and stood up for what was right. Laura was grateful to Curtis for sharing that knowledge with her, and she hoped that if the child was his, he would keep working with Portia toward a shared objective. When Ava returned to the cafe, she received some unpleasant news on her phone. Jen Sidwell's most recent art purchase came with additional costs that she hadn't anticipated. Trina wanted Ava to exercise caution with Sidwell, but she thought everything would be all right. Since Ava intended to spend a lot more time at Windmere and understood how to handle guys like him, she wasn't concerned. Ava was able to monitor Lucas and sell more artwork. So, it was a win-win situation. Speaking of Lucas, he emerged into the hospital waiting room and disclosed that Drew appeared to have had a severe stroke. Depending on the severity of the situation, it was discussed that Drew might have limited mobility, aphasia, or perhaps full locked-in syndrome. Willow disposed of the syringe in a hospital trash can while feigning distress. Tracy, on the other hand, joyously told Na that Drew might continue to be a vegetable and that she believed karma had found him. Because Isaiah nudged them in the direction of reconciliation. Portia and Stella also exchanged apologies. WSB Director Ross Cullum paid Britt a visit in her office because he was fed up with her procrastination. Cullum was adamant that Britt would vanish from her life and complete the project within 3 months. Britt protested, but Cullum proposed that another scientist could take her position. Britt consented to come to Windmere tonight when Cullum pointed out that she couldn't locate another supplier for her prescription. Regarding Jason, Cullum threatened to do it for Britt if she didn't remove him from her life. According to General Hospital spoilers, Britt will be forced to take some actions that will raise suspicions, so pay attention. Jason receives an offer from Tracy. Across Port Charles, deals are made, terrible truths are revealed, and danger draws near. Tracy's proposition. Let's hope it has something to do with Drew. As the weekly teasers indicate, Tracy makes Jason an offer because everyone is aware of how much of a pain that man has caused the Courtums and Tracy might want to take action against him at last. Willow and Michael's son have both been duped by Drew Way. The entire Quartermain crypt incident occurred recently. He bought off the moving company and stole the personal items and souvenirs of Tracy and the Quartermaines. And when he suffered a heart attack, he coldly turned his back on Ned. Tracy is certain that Jason can handle him if anyone can. Will Tracy ask Jason to use any means necessary to retrieve those boxes from Drew? If not, is there something more important she wants him to do? Jason had to make Dalton's body vanish the last time he had to cope with a major situation. In other Port Charles news, Nina and Kai have an unexpected talk. Kai may finally confess his hatred of Drew to someone other than the Ashford family after receiving advice from Nina. Why would he need the Crimson owner's advice? Lucas delivers heartbreaking news on Wednesday after acting quickly on Tuesday. This might be related to Willow injecting Drew as they were celebrating her acquit at home. In the meantime, a tense Laura is under Sidwell's control and must answer to none other than Ezra Bull. Going to the police is the only legal way out of this situation, which will cause problems for her and Sonny. She is worried on Wednesday. Now, what is she going to have to cope with? Brennan concludes by briefing Joss. How much he divulges to the inexperienced WSB agent is the question. Ross Cullum, his employer, is in town. Even though he knew Anna's precise location, he informed Jack that they had lost her. Will Joss receive any fresh directives in this briefing? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.